I'm Anshul, and if you see, I'm presently working as a project manager from Infosys station at UK, and I'm supporting. I'm a project manager for a support project right now, and I'm supporting for a client who is into aerospace and defense. Um, from experience wise, I have got 12 plus years of experience in SAP, and I also have a 3 years experience in sales. And if you see, I basically hail from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. But from KG to PG, all my studies I have completed from Maharashtra. So you can call me Maharashtrian. माझी मराठी तेवढी चांगली नाही आहे. मी बोलू शकतो, समजू शकतो, पण एवढी फार चांगली मराठी नाही आहे माझी. So I'll stick to English or Hindi, if that's fine with all.
Same here, sir. Same here. Mala bhi same.
Okay. And I would really like to thank Ritesh, Dr. Ritesh, and Malkar sir for giving this opportunity to connect with you guys and take you through as in what are the opportunities that you can go ahead with SAP as a career and what all things are there for you guys. Okay. So let me start off with a small presentation. And after presentation, what we'll do is we'll start off with our question and answers. Okay, so let me start sharing my screen first. Let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. It is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
it's visible.
Okay, great. Thanks for confirming that. So the first slide would be a small introduction about SAP. Then we'll have some career options that are there. Then after that, we will also have career paths. Then we will go for a conclusion, then our question and answer round. So I'll start off with a small clip which I have downloaded from SAP itself, and you just have a look at it. Okay, so let me start off with that.
What is SAP? SAP is the market leader in enterprise application software, helping companies of all sizes and in all industries run at their best. 77% of the world's transaction revenue touches an SAP system. Founded in 1972, the company pioneered enterprise resource planning software, known as ERP, setting the global standard on how to manage operations and helping organizations do more with less. Since then, we've grown from a small 5-person startup to a multinational enterprise, with more than 100,000 employees and over 440,000 customers in 180 countries. SAP is in the business of helping companies become intelligent enterprises. By connecting experience with operations and advancing breakthrough technologies like machine learning, Internet of Things, and advanced analytics. We're driven by innovation and are now the #1 cloud business software company in the world, fulfilling our utmost purpose to help the world run better and improve people's lives.
Okay, I hope that clip was clear and visible to you all. Like,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
great. Thanks for confirming that. So you see, basically, SAP is it's a small form for system analysis and program development. Now they have dropped on development; they have just kept it as SAP, like system analysis. Okay. In German, they would say System Analyse Programme Entwicklung. Okay, so which Entwicklung means again development. Okay, but SAP sounds better, right? And most of the people, they have a habit of calling it as SAP. Perfectly fine, but usually SAP means which comes out of tree. जो अपने पेड़ों के अंदर से जो रस निकलता है उसे हम SAP कहते हैं, right? But that's not the SAP that we are talking about. It's SAP. So usually अगर आप किसी बंदे से बात करेंगे जो बहुत दिनों से SAP में है, वो आपको SAP ही बोलेगा rather than SAP. Okay. Since I'm an old timer, तो मैं भी SAP ही कहता हूँ. So if you see SAP जो है, they are saying that like more than 440,000 customers are there. When we say 440 customers, so you can imagine the spread of SAP within the business community. And if there's a 77% of the transactions they run through SAP or the finances they touch SAP, इसका मतलब ये है कि SAP सिर्फ manufacturing में, production में, retail में नहीं है. It is also there in banking. Okay, so that is the widespread of SAP as an ERP for business community right now. Okay. Now, in this slide, what you are saying is a few of the, just a moment, I like to, how do I, can this be, can I hide this part? Is it possible?
Anshul, can you drag that on the right hand side? You just hold that. No. On the go just beside the
Okay,
mute.
let me put it bottom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can put it anywhere in the screen, bottom
Okay.
or wherever you want.
Okay, fine. So I'll just place it in bottom. Okay, so what I've done in this slide, what you are seeing are the core functional, sub-functional, and technical modules that SAP has to offer. But then these are not the only ones, okay? There are more than 144 sub-modules and all those things that are available in SAP. But basically, if you see, the core modules are like SuccessFactors, HCM. These are two modules which SAP has on the HR side. Now, what does this module do for them? These modules, they handle complete payroll system of an organization. Okay, complete HR policies can be put into these modules, and you can drive your HR functionality based on these two modules. Okay, then comes sales and distribution. Now, sales and distribution doesn't mean it just deals with sales of the stuff. Okay, over here you have got contracts. When I say contracts, what does that mean? Let's say एक customer है, उस customer के साथ मुझे जो है एक long time contract है, जिसमें मैं कहूँगा कि ये customer जो है मुझसे tons of stock जो लेगा, एक साल में ये tons of stock लेगा मुझसे, 1 ton stock लेगा. Now ये 1 ton stock लेगा तो he will have to pay at present if he is paying, let's say 100 rupees per kg. Okay. तो अगर वो मुझसे 1 ton स्टॉक लेगा तो उसको 100 rupees के बजाय सिर्फ 50 rupees देना पड़ेगा. So all those things, they are controlled in the sales and distribution model. Now, if you are talking about sales and distribution, if you are talking about HR, if we are talking about MM is your material management, sorry. WM is your warehouse management. EWM is extended warehouse management. Okay. So these are the submodules. I have put in acronyms of these modules in the bottom in the glossary. Okay. Coming to the submodules. What are the submodules? Submodules are like supporting modules. Okay. अभी जैसे SD है, SD में आपका क्या आएगा? Sales आएगा. लेकिन सिर्फ sales order बनाना ही एक चीज नहीं होती है, right? आपको वो स्टॉक जो है आपने एक बार बेचा है, उसके बाद उसका डिलीवरी होगा, उसके बाद में उसको कोई बंदा रिसीव करेगा, कोई उसका बिलिंग करेगा एंड पे करेगा, राइट? सो end to end process of sales and distribution, it cannot be just taken up by just one module. So what are the other factors that come into picture? Okay, transportation management, which is nothing but our TM. Now, what does transportation management do for you? It can track your delivery. Okay. Okay, if you have to imagine, okay, अगर आपको imagine ही करना है, I am pretty much sure कि आप सब लोग भी आज की डेट में Amazon use करते हैं, बराबर? So, as soon as you go on Amazon, you put in your, you select your product, you put it in your basket, you pay for it, right? उसके बाद में they say okay this is your delivery has started, it will take another 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. So all those things, it is nothing but tracking of your delivery. Okay, आपको एग्जैक्टली आपकी डिलीवरी कब मिलेगी, ये सब चीजें जो है ये आपका जो है ट्रेड मॉड्यूल जो है ये आपको हेल्प करता है. ओके, लेकिन इस ट्रेड मॉड्यूल के पहले बैकग्राउंड में और भी चीजें होती हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल आपका जो ये पूरा का पूरा जो कंसाइनमेंट बन रहा है या पूरा का पूरा एक जो प्रोडक्ट जो आपने खरीदा है, ओके, वो प्रोडक्ट को किस तरीके से मुझे पैकेजिंग करना है, किस तरीके से मुझे उसको एक जगह से उठा के दूसरी जगह रखना है, ये सब चीजें जो है आपके लॉजिस्टिक्स एग्जीक्यूशन में आता है. ओके, फिर ये तो हो गया हमारा इंटरनल, लेट्स से स्टेट के स्टेट में हो गया. लेकिन when I am doing an international trade, at that time there are n number of things that comes into picture, such as international trade bylaws. Okay, how can international trade laws be impacting our sales? So international trade laws, how they help you? Basically, if you see, I think this should be there in your curriculum as well. Okay, so जब आप इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड लॉज की बात करते हैं तो उसके अंदर आपको पता ही है ट्रायलैटरल इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड लॉज होते हैं, बायलैटरल होते हैं. Okay, so based on those trade laws, you decide, okay, if you are selling a product to me, how it is going to be treated. Now, if I talk about Europe, Europe is a free trade zone. Okay, so if a person is selling from Germany to France, he doesn't have to pay any VAT on it. वैट मतलब जैसे अपने यहाँ पे जीएसटी होता है, उस टाइप की चीजें जो है उनको वहां पे पे नहीं करनी है, उनको कोई एक्स्ट्रा टैक्स नहीं देना है, सेल्स टैक्स नहीं देना है. ओके, सो लेकिन यही जब मैं यूरोप और यूएसए के बीच में कर रहा हूँ, तो यूरोप और यूएस के बीच में क्या ट्रेड लॉज है मेरे. ओके, उसमें कई ट्रेड लॉज हो सकते हैं. तो वो ट्रेड लॉज में से कौन सा बेस्ट ट्रेड लॉ है जो हमें यूटिलाइज करना चाहिए हमारे बिजनेस के लिए, वो हम डिसाइड करके उसके हिसाब से जो है हमारा पूरा का पूरा सामान भेजने का राउट, पूरे के पूरे जहां जहां पे उनका डॉकिंग होना चाहिए, ये सब चीजें हम डिसाइड कर सकते हैं जीटीएस से. और हाउ इज इट हेल्पिंग अस? ये हमें इस तरीके से हेल्प करता है कि हमारा जो लॉजिस्टिक्स का जो कॉस्ट है वो बेयर मिनिमम हो, हमारा प्रोडक्शन का जो कॉस्ट हो, हमारे नाउ लेट मी पुट इट दिस वे एज वेल. हर कंट्री जो है वो ये कहती है कि अगर हम इंपोर्ट्स कर रहे हैं तो इट शुड नॉट हैपन कि हमारे जो लोकल मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं वो इम्पैक्ट हो, राइट? सो दे हैव गॉट देयर ओन एंटी डंपिंग लॉज, दे हैव गॉट वेरियस अदर लॉज, राइट? सो उन लॉज के हिसाब से आप जब अपने प्रोडक्ट को कम्पिटिटिव इसमें ले रहे हैं, बेच रहे हैं, तो आपका जो प्रोडक्ट होना चाहिए वो आपको नहीं तो इट शुड ऑल्सो गिव यू प्रॉफिट्स, राइट? आप ऐसा तो नहीं है कि आपने एक्सपोर्ट किया है तो इसका मतलब आपको प्रॉफिट्स ही होगा, बट यू हैव टू कीप दैट मार्जिन वेर इन यू आर सेइंग दैट ओके ये मेरा लोकल मैन्युफैक्चरर का कॉस्ट है, ये मेरा कॉस्ट है, स्टिल आई गॉट दिस मच अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट्स ओवर देयर इवन दो आई एम सेलिंग इट ऑन एट पार विद द लोकल मैन्युफैक्चरर ओवर देयर. सो ये सब चीजें जो है आपको जीटीएस जैसे मॉड्यूल में आप कॉन्फ़िगर कर सकते हैं. Now, coming to the next part, that is the technical one. Now, technical, when I say it's more to do with programming side, okay? You should have some programming knowledge, you should have some background. Now, one very good example that Dr. Ritesh just gave us, that someone is very much trained in Power BI, okay? So a person who is trained into Power BI, for him, this Fury app developer, okay, this is one of the very good area. Why? Now Fury apps are nothing but the analytical apps that are provided by SAP. And what SAP has to say is that if a business is using Fury, okay, he doesn't have to go and develop their own SAP apps or their own analytical apps, because it's a holistic thing. But still, why it is important? Because every business, okay, it doesn't run on standard. Every business has got its own standard. So जो भी डेटा आप जो भी आप जो ये बना रहे हैं, अपना एनालिटिकल ऐप बना रहे हैं या एनालिटिक्स का आप कर रहे हैं, इट डजंट मीन दैट इट्स ऑलवेज गोइंग टू रन ऑन द स्टैंडर्ड्स. आपके कुछ और जो डेटा जो आपका एनालिटिक्स को इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहे हैं, दे कैन चेंज, राइट? which cannot be included in the standard apps. So at that time, a person who has got knowledge in in the app development kind of a thing, he can basically go and say, okay, let me do some tweaks. Okay, this is something which you want to drive your analytics. Let me bring in over there for you on the apps. Okay, so that kind of a thing are there in the Fury apps. ABAP. When I say ABAP, ABAP is again a programming language which is specifically for SAP, and it is a very simple programming language. आपको C, C++, Java ये सब का knowledge होना जरूरी नहीं है. All you should know is how to write an algorithm, understand the logics. बाकी तो inbuilt functionality है ही. Okay, you can just drill down and you can start coding. So these are a few of the things. Now, let me stay on this slide again. Okay, when I want to talk about functional areas, what is the difference between functional and technical? When a person is called as a functional, उस person को जो है coding का इतना important नहीं है. Okay, he should not be a tech savvy kind of a guy जिसको जो है coding एकदम Java, Python ये सब चीजें आनी चाहिए. No, what he has to understand is that his business acumen should be very sharp. When I say business acumen, okay, आपको एक एग्जांपल दिया जाता है, आपको बोला जाता है, आप क्लाइंट से बात कर रहे हैं, क्लाइंट आके आपको बोलता है, अरे आई वुड लाइक माय बिजनेस टू रन ऑन SAP. Now since I am from sales, okay, so I'll basically talk about sales side. So मुझे जो है मेरा sales जो है पूरा का पूरा SAP पे कॉन्फ़िगर कराना है, और I want to run my sales cycle on SAP. So the very first question you will say, okay, fine, what kind of sales you do? What kind of sales scenarios you have? You will say, I got like retail sales, I got like wholesale sales. Okay, so based on that, what you will start doing is you will start mapping things for it. Okay, आप जो है system को उस हिसाब से configure करते हैं. Everything is there in the configuration guide. आप जो है system के अंदर जाके कॉन्फ़िगरेशन गाइड पढ़ सकते हैं. आप देख सकते हैं कि किस चीज को किस चेक बॉक्स को मैंने टिक किया है, उससे उसका क्या इन्फ्लुएंस हो सकता है, उससे बिजनेस पे क्या इम्पैक्ट आ सकता है, हाउ बिजनेस विल रन. ये सब चीजें जो हैं आपको सेल्स मॉड्यूल में आराम से समझ में आ जाता है. सो वेयर डज ABAP कम इनटू पिक्चर? अभी ABAP जो है ये कब काम में आएगा, और इसमें जो फंक्शनल बंदे का है उसमें क्या रोल रहता है, ये मैं बताता हूँ. सो फंक्शनल आदमी क्या करेगा, बोलेगा, क्लाइंट बोलेगा कि आई वुड लाइक टू हैव एज सुन एज माय सेल्स ऑर्डर इज क्रिएटेड, ओके, आई वुड लाइक टू जनरेट an output or an order confirmation form, okay, which is nothing but a PDF form. So system should do it for me. So what ABAPer will do is he will say, okay, fine, give me a functional spec. Functional spec is functional specification. And what our functional guy has to do in that, he will have to say that, okay, ये मेरा जो है, ये मेरा बिलिंग ऐसा है, बिल जो है मेरा इस तरह, सॉरी, सेल्स ऑर्डर कंफर्मेशन इस तरह से दिखना चाहिए, यहाँ पे मेरे कंपनी का लोगो आना चाहिए, यहाँ मेरे कंपनी का नाम आना चाहिए, यहाँ मेरा एड्रेस आना चाहिए, कहाँ पे भेजना है मुझे, यहाँ पे पूरा का पूरा कॉस्टिंग आना चाहिए, कितना उसको GST लग रहा है, कितना क्या लग रहा है, और ये फाइनल वैल्यू यहाँ पे आनी चाहिए. प्लस कुछ नीचे टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस हैं, वो टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस जो है मेरी बॉटम में प्रिंट होनी चाहिए. तो ये सब चीजें जो है ये मेरा एक फंक्शनल कंसल्टेंट बोलेगा. यही चीज जो है फिर टेक्निकल बंदा उठाएगा और he will start coding that thing. He will develop that complete form. Okay. Now, as I said, client requirement was as soon as I create my sales order, save करते ही जो है confirmation जो है बंदे के पास पहुंच जाए. तो उसको भी अगर जो है सेल्स वाला कैसे कॉन्फ़िगर कर सकता है, he can use an email functionality. वो ईमेल से जो है डायरेक्टली जो है जैसे सेल्स ऑर्डर मेरा सेव होता है, एक कस्टमर को जो है ईमेल शूट होगा जिसके अंदर उसका एक ऑर्डर कंफर्मेशन जाएगा. सो इसमें कहीं पे भी आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि आई शुड नो टेक्निकल, नो. इसमें आपको जो है आप जो पढ़ रहे हैं, व्हाट मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजीज यू आर लर्निंग, व्हाट सेल्स थिंग्स यू आर लर्निंग, whatever sales cycles are there that you are learning in your curriculum, that is required. Okay. When I come to warehouse management or let's talk about FICO. FICO is nothing but finance and controlling. Okay. So, agar FICO की मैं बात करूँ, now FICO is a very powerful tool that is there in SAP. Okay. Now, what does it do? Where does it fall? All these models that you see over here, okay, on the functional side, they are very much linked with FICO. When I am saying that, what do I mean by that? Okay. Whenever I am creating my sales order, okay, और उसका जब मेरा बिलिंग होता है, सबसे पहले तो चलो बिलिंग के पहले मेरा डिलीवरी होता है. तो डिलीवरी का मतलब ये है कि मेरे पास जो स्टॉक रखा हुआ है, ठीक है, समझो मेरे पास स्टॉक 100 का रखा हुआ है, 100 क्वांटिटी का रखा हुआ है, एंड उसका जो मेरा स्टॉकिंग वैल्यू है वो 1000 है. ओके. उस 100 क्वांटिटी से मैंने अगर 2 पीस जो है किसी को बेच दिया, सो मेरा स्टॉक जो है वो 2 से कम हुआ है, और उसके साथ साथ जो है मेरा जो कॉस्ट जो था, स्टॉक कीपिंग का कॉस्ट था, वो 2 के वैल्यू से कम हुआ है. राइट. तो ये सब जाके कहाँ बैठेगा? ये आपके FICO में जाके बैठेगा कि मेरा कितना स्टॉक कम हुआ है. देन जब मेरा बिलिंग हो रहा है, ओके, तो मेरा बिलिंग हो रहा है तो मुझे कस्टमर से लेना है, विच वी कॉल इट एज अकाउंट रिसीवेबल्स. राइट. कस्टमर्स को जो भी मेरे को पैसा देना है, इट विल बिकम माय अकाउंट रिसीवेबल्स. वो इन्फॉर्मेशन कहाँ जाके बैठती कि मुझे कस्टमर से कितना लेना है, वो FICO में बैठता. देन जैसे मैंने आपसे कहा, इनिशियली मैंने बताया था कि एक बंदे के साथ आपका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है स्टेटिंग दैट ओके 1 साल तक वो मुझसे इतना स्टॉक उठाएगा, उसके हिसाब से मैं उसको डिस्काउंट्स दूंगा. वो डिस्काउंट की इंफॉर्मेशन कहाँ जाके बैठेगी? वो भी जाके बैठेगी FICO में. नाउ अगेन कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, आप क्रेडिट पे तो सारा सामान देंगे नहीं उसे, आप उसके साथ एक क्रेडिट भी ये सेट करेंगे कि आप जो है 10,000 के ऊपर का जो है क्रेडिट नहीं ले सकते. सो ये क्रेडिट चेक्स कहाँ पे होंगे? आप ये भी आपके सब होंगे FICO में. ओके. So all these things, if you see, FICO is the most integral part, or it integrates with each and every module that you see over here. Okay. Then if we talk about operations side, okay, so operations में आपका आ जाएगा plant maintenance या फिर अपने SCM, okay, project systems, ये सब चीजें जो है आपकी, ये आपके operations में आ जाएंगी. So this was something on this slide. Let me move on to next one now.
Ask some questions at this stage, if you allow us. A very important question.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah, I have just received a message from the SAP coordinator of MBA department. Actually, he is in rural area and network is down. So he has
okay.
Javeri sir, our coordinator. He said that we are offering SAP-MM module, SAP-FICO module, SAP-SD module, and SAP-HR module. We as a Sanjeevani, whatever has tie-up with a SAP department through online modules, these are all video-based module, no physical lectures. But then we have tie-up this 4 module, MM, FICO, SD, and HR. And according to Jairaj Javeri sir, the SAP coordinator of our MBA department, he insists that in SAP-FICO, we are not getting good amount of industry inquiry for the students having SAP-FICO. So these are the 4 modules that we offer. Do you think that any extra modules from functional side for MBA students we can recommend our institute to add in the SAP for our MBA student? And what do you think about SAP-FICO? This is the question from him. Thank you.
So let me give you one thing. FICO is one of the most highly paid module. Okay, it's just like if we talk about Army, the way Army has got, Navy is the highest paid, then Air Force, and then Army. Okay, so FICO is Navy Force. Okay, because if you see FICO, it's not just limited to a particular industry. Even if I talk about banking industry, okay, banking industry, they can implement FICO. So and to tell you the truth, FICO consultants are more paid or highly paid consultants than rest of the this one consultants.
So any special group you want to suggest that MM should be done by HR, FICO should be done by marketing students, something like that you want to suggest here
No,
at
no.
this point of juncture?
FICO, if a person is doing finance, okay, if he is into finance, he should definitely go for FICO. Okay, the reason I tell you why FICO should be done by that person who is in finance. So the financial terminologies, when you talk to business, okay, you don't talk. If you ask me, okay, I don't talk to them in technical terms. When I say technical terms, I don't go and talk to them. Okay, let me do one thing. ये sales का जो मैं आपका बना रहा हूँ or whatever I'm configuring it this way. No, what I will say is, okay, आपको sales करना है तो आप मुझे बताइए कि आपका sales आप किस तरीके से करते हैं. Okay, वो बोलेगा कि मैं अपना सेल्स में जो है मेरा एक कस्टमर है, उस कस्टमर को यूज करता हूँ, उसके 10 जो है 10 जगह मैं उस कस्टमर का सामान भेज सकता हूँ. ठीक है, तो मैं उसको उस हिसाब से मैं कॉन्फ़िगर करूंगा. लेकिन मैं उसको ये नहीं बोलूंगा अच्छा ठीक है ये आपने ये कस्टमर रखा है, ठीक है, ये 10 लोग जो है मैं इनको इस तरीके से बनाऊ रखूंगा ताकि आप जो है जरूर कर सको. नो, वही चीज जब मैं फाइको के बारे में बोलूंगा, जो फाइको कंसल्टेंट्स होते हैं वो लोग मोर बिजनेस टर्मिनोलॉजीज में बात करेंगे. बिजनेस टर्मिनोलॉजीज की तरह, जैसे कि बिजनेस जो है बोलेगा कि सी दीज आर माय अकाउंट रिसीवेबल्स. ओके, तो अकाउंट दीज आर माय क्रेडिटर्स, दीज आर माय डेटर्स. ओके, ये चीजें जो है इजीली जो है एक फाइको वाला बंदा आसानी से समझ सकता है कि क्रेडिटर्स क्या है, डेटर्स क्या है, एसेट्स क्या है. कंपनी के एसेट्स का जो है लेट्स से डिप्रिसिएशन हो रहा है तो वो डिप्रिसिएशन कैलकुलेशन कैसा होना चाहिए, ये सब चीजें फाइको वाला ज्यादा अच्छे से कर सकता है. सेल्स वाला बंदा सेल्स के साथ इसलिए रिलेट कर सकता है क्योंकि वो उसको पता है एंड टू एंड सेल्स साइकिल क्या होता है. ओके, उसको ये समझ में आता है कि अच्छा ठीक है, मेरा सेल्स जो है सेल्स जब मैं कर रहा हूँ तो ये मेरे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स हैं, ये मेरा इनिशियल इंक्वायरी है, यहाँ मेरा सेल्स जो भी है इनिशियल इंक्वायरी से स्टार्ट होता है, हाउ डू आई कॉन्फिगर इट. ये सब चीजें जो एक सेल्स वाला आराम से रिलेट करके कर सकता है. When I talk about materials management, okay, now materials management is a module which is something which even a sales guy can do. Okay, and vice versa.
Say for
When I
example,
say
some of
vice,
our students have marketing as major and operation as minor. So for them, we can recommend this.
yes, yes. So a mixture of or
Marketing and
hybrid of
operations.
sales and MM can be a thing for them.
Okay, got it, sir.
But
Thanks.
for finance, FICO is the module. They should always go for FICO.
Got it.
They will excel
And what
FICO.
about SD and HR, the remaining two one?
So HR is something which is a very you see, success factor is the new thing that SAP has brought in. Okay, success factor, it was not initially an SAP module, okay, as such. SAP had their own HR module, but now it is called as HCM, okay, because it has gone on cloud. So they call it as HCM, Human Capital Management. So it's a new product that has come into market, the HCM. Okay, and success factor is something which they have went into market and bought in. Okay, it's like they have taken over another company who had this product, and they are now selling it out as their own. But now these two products right now, for the HR side, are the ones which are new entrants in market. Okay. Previously, if you see PeopleSoft and all those products were available, and now people are moving on to HCM, moving on to HR. But I would say these are the very new entrants. So what is the future in that? Even from a consulting side, from the SAP consulting side, it's I would say it's bright, but when it is going to be on the peak, when it is going to be on its maturity level, that is very early for me, even for me to say. Now, the client that I'm supporting right now, they do have got HCM implemented for them. Okay. In fact, in my own company, they have got success factors. So my payroll, they come through success factor. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can go ahead with your presentation and we will go for open house very soon. Once you finish the presentation, we will invite students to ask their query one-on-one. You can go ahead, sir. We have last 30 minutes left.
So I'll take you. So these are the two slides wherein I am showcasing you as in if you are into a service industry like me. Okay, I am into Infosys is a service company. Okay, so what are the entry levels? When you say entry level consultant is someone who is very junior, who doesn't have much of industry experience, or who has just completed his education and then he has joined in. So that will be an entry level consultant. Uh, Once he gets his knowledge, once he builds up his knowledge, he understands clients' requirements and everything, then he goes on to senior consultant. After the senior consultant, then he gets a choice, career choice, whether he wants to go into project management or he wants to go into solution architecture. When I say project management, it majorly depends, it majorly consists of your managing the whole end of the project the way I am doing it right now. Okay. Where I take I can go for rollouts. When I say rollouts, let's say I have implemented something in one part, and then that same functionality is required in some other part of the business. So lifting it from there and putting it over there, but then it's not that easy. But still, I'm putting it that way. So end-to-end process of that is managed by a person. Project timelines, resource management, risk management, risk assessment. Okay, all these things comes into project management. When I say client engagement is more to do with you are interacting with client, you are proposing them, okay, what is good for them, what is new things that has come in into SAP which they can utilize. It's more to do with sales. Okay, client engagement is nothing but sales of additional features that your company has to offer. Maybe it's your company or maybe SAP. Release manager is something, a role wherein they will say, okay, there are like hundreds of changes that have happened in system. When should they go live? In what order they should go live? So all those things are comes under release management. When I come talk about solution architecture level, it's more to do with being more of a consultation kind of a thing. Okay, you will go and say, okay, you want to develop or you want to put your system or your business on SAP ERP. So this should be your solution design. This is how it is going to work. This functionality will talk to this functionality and all those things. Okay, end-to-end solution that person has to design. Then solution consultation. Sometimes what happens is that business comes and says, I need your consultation. So what you do is you just do a review of whatever has been built by the customer or some third party or whoever has done that. You will review them out. You will say, oh, okay, I feel this is good over there. I think this needs to be tweaked. I think this has to be changed. All those things, consultation you will do over there. Again, client engagement is again a part in this. Okay, wherein you let's say if you are a solution architect and you say instead of using this particular piece of software, use some third-party software which is going to make your system more robust. So again, client engagement or cross-selling kind of a thing comes into over here. So that's from the service industry. You can also join in the companies who are using software, SAP as a software. Now, I was with Apollo Tyres, okay? So SAP was used in Apollo Tyres as well. There, I was working, I was not using 100% of it, but my district in charge, okay, he was a complete end user for him, that, okay? Later on, the progression on that will be, okay, you will be an end user, but then you can become a business analyst. What does a business analyst do? Business analyst, he has understanding of whole business. Okay, he knows all the business processes. So business analyst is something who's going to be a buffer between a vendor and business. He will just talk to vendor. He will take requirements from the client. Sorry, not client. His own business. He will put it in a proper format. He will pass on those requirements to the vendor or the service provider. Then that things will be developed out. It can be a project out of it. Okay. The next step for that will be a senior business analyst. Again, from senior business analyst, you go into two directions, wherein is a project management and an SME. SME is nothing but system matter expert. Okay. So when I say a system matter expert, a person can be an expert in, you say, let me put it this way. He must be an expert on the logistics side. Okay. So when he is expert on logistics side, so anything that a company has to do, or any changes that they have to do, unless and until SME doesn't go and say, no, I think these changes are not correct. These are some things which we should do. Okay. That kind of a person is called as subject matter expert. My apologies. Okay. I think I used system word over there. It's subject matter expert. Okay.
Correct.
So subject matter expert is that kind of a person. Okay. So I think it's better we start off with the questions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So friends, I would request the students, some of the students came to me personally. I would recall the name, I think Saurabh Shinde, Amit Gagre, Sujay, and they asked the question that, sir, whether we should do SAP or not, what module we should do, whether we should do in online mode or we should complete it in offline mode by going to Nashik or Pune in better cities on Sundays or weekends. So they had this kind of doubts. Now, I would request you to ask these doubts directly to the industry expert who has worked in SAP, who has the experience in SAP, and he is also like an MBA you guys are doing. So we would be able to answer the questions now with practical orientation rather than throwing lights sitting in dark. So better you come here on this stage. The house is open. Pooja Kote, you can invite the students for question answer one by one if they have any doubts.
So, sir, let me start off with the question that you have put in for me. Okay, should they do it in offline?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Pooja.
Hello, sir.
Sorry, Pooja.
Yes,
sorry,
Pooja.
Sorry to interrupt. Let me first answer a question that was put in previously. Okay, that is a very important question that.
Sorry, sir. It's Mayuri. Yes, sir. I have one question. Means along with the questions which Ritesh sir have asked, it is related to that only.
Go ahead.
So sorry for interrupting. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. So my question is that here industries are not hiring freshers candidates of SAP. So what will be the suitable time for us to complete our SAP? Maybe it while doing jobs or by studying MBA. Now only we should complete the SAP, or we can complete SAP while doing jobs.
Okay, so let me put it this way. Okay, when I started off my MBA journey, even before that, when I was doing my engineering, okay, at that time I knew about SAP because there was one subject in my curriculum which said ERP, okay, and I passed that luckily. So उस सब्जेक्ट में SAP के बारे में था, SAS के बारे में था, और भी बहुत सारे Oracle के बारे में था, सब के बारे में था. But then I felt that ERP में SAP, मुझे उस वक्त लग रहा था कि SAP बहुत स्ट्रांग है, एंड मेरा इंक्लिनेशन शुरू से जो है वो सेल्स एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की तरफ रहा है. But when I completed my engineering, I came to know that no, at that time, since SAP must be very niche, and it was like they always wanted some industry people, okay, who know about industry, who has worked in industry and all that thing. So when I went to Pune Institute, where in Genovet, okay, that was the institute. I'll give you the name as well. They told me, I went when I was doing my MBA. At that time, I went there and then I asked them, okay, I want to do SAP certification. First of all, it was very costly, okay, but I still wanted to do that. So they said, आप करना चाहते हैं करिए, लेकिन आपको जो है अभी इंडस्ट्री एक्सपीरियंस है नहीं. सो यू डू वन थिंग, आप पहले इंडस्ट्री एक्सपीरियंस लीजिए फिर SAP करिए. सो आई डिड दैट. I worked 3 years in sales and then I did that certification and everything. But present scenario is very different, okay. आज की डेट में आप SAP का आपको अगर आपको नॉलेज है, जैसे अभी सर बता रहे हैं कि आप लोगों को ये जो है एक प्लेटफॉर्म दे रहे हैं आपके कॉलेज में कि आप SAP लर्न कर सकते हैं. ओके, इट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग. You can put into your resume if you are getting a campus interview kind of a thing, and you put that, okay, I have learned SAP in my college. It is going to be a very good thing
And
for
sir,
you. Okay.
that too also we are offering them in only 20,000 Indian rupees. Considering rural area, we have
Absolutely.
done a special
That's
tie-up with SAP. That's very cheap,
yeah,
20,000.
yeah. Agreed. Yeah, I totally agree with you, sir, on that. It's really cheap that you said. Okay, I should not use the word cheap. It's very
Cost effective.
on a
I
very
think, yeah.
cost-effective manner. I should say. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And when you say कि freshers को hire नहीं कर रहे हैं, it's not that. Okay. अगर आपके यहाँ पे कैंपस इंटरव्यूज हो रहे हैं तो वो फ्रेशर्स को ही ले रहे हैं, राइट? एंड अगर मैं मेरे कंपनी के बारे में बात करूं, ओके, नॉट ओनली माय कंपनी, जो इससे पहले मैं IBM में था, ओके, बोथ द कंपनीज दे यूज्ड टू दे हायर फ्रेशर्स, ओके. और इन्फोसिस की अगर मैं बात करूं तो इन्फोसिस का तो मैसूर में एक बहुत बड़ा ये है लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट सेंटर. So people go over there in Mysore, they learn over there. They can choose whether they want to do FICO or
So
SD or
our student, if
MM
they
or
want to do
whatever.
offline SAP training, they can go there, Infosys Mysore. If they want to do offline
No,
SAP training.
No, sir. That is offline. That's when you are hired. Okay, that's when you are hired in Infosys.
Okay. So once you are
Sorry,
hired by
not
IT
that.
companies such as Infosys, then you will be trained.
Yes, you will be trained, and you can choose your options. Okay. और रही बात फ्रेशर्स को हायर ना करने की, आई सीरियसली डाउट दैट आज की डेट में IT इंडस्ट्री में जो है यंग टैलेंट की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है. बिकॉज यू सी हमारे जैसे जो पुराने होते जाते हैं उनके अंदर एक मेंटल ब्लॉक आ जाता है कि अरे हमने तो बहुत पढ़ लिया, वी डोंट ट्राई टू अपग्रेड. ओके, विच इज नॉट गुड. If you see, I have to give an exam. I have to redo my certification. I have to do an upskilling on that. क्योंकि जो मैंने सर्टिफिकेशन दिया था वो आज से 10-15 साल पहले का है. एंड देन SAP is saying no, you are no more that certification is no more valid क्योंकि आपने अपने आप को अपग्रेड नहीं किया. सो आई हैव टू गिव एन एग्जाम, आई हैव टू लर्न, आई हैव टू रीड अगेन. एंड है अभी मेरा अगले हफ्ते में शायद एग्जाम दूंगा उसका.
Sir, which module you are appearing?
सेल्स एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सर.
Okay.
सेम
Sales and
सर, कोर
distribution.
मेरा कोर जो है मैं उसी में करूंगा सर.
All the best, sir, for your exam along with students.
Thanks. But then apart from that, I'm also going for TM. So that will be my second model for which I'm going to be my exam. Okay. Secondly, अगर आप कहें जैसे मैंने अभी आपको बताया FICO जो है, it is a very highly paid kind of a module. क्योंकि FICO वाले हर जगह लगते हैं. Okay. हर जगह कहीं पे भी इंटीग्रेट कोई भी सेल्स मॉड्यूल रहा है या कोई भी आपका लेट्स से एक कंपनी जो है उसने फाइनेंस मॉड्यूल जो है अपने इसमें इम्प्लीमेंट किया हुआ है एंड देन उसको जो है वो थर्ड पार्टी सिस्टम से बात कर रही है, लेकिन वो मॉड्यूल को तो सपोर्ट करने के लिए, उस मॉड्यूल को डेवलप करने के लिए उनको FICO ही लगेगा बराबर. सो FICO इज इम्पोर्टेंट. SD is also important.
So
क्योंकि SD is also
TM is useful for which students? Finance, marketing, HR, and what is the full form of TM package?
TM is transportation management. So
Okay, operations.
transportation management, yeah, operations में आ जाएगा वो आपके.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it, sir. Mayuri, please go ahead with more questions if you have.
Yeah. Let me add one more point. Sorry for that. आप जो ऑफलाइन की बात कर रहे हैं, आप ऑफलाइन भी कर सकते हैं. Okay. Going on weekends to Pune and all those things.
Okay.
Pune, Nasik, wherever the centers are, you can do that. Okay. But at the very same time, you see you are getting an opportunity in your own college. Try to do that first. Okay. Directly इतना ज़्यादा spend करके institutes में जाना, it doesn't it won't be more that effective. Get an essence of get a flavor of SAP at your college. Try to understand it. Try to see, and I tell you one thing, it is very important. आप अपने studies को उससे आप correlate करिए. That will make it more easier for you. Okay. जैसे सेल्स वाला है तो सेल्स वाला जो है पूरा का पूरा सेल्स साइकिल मुझे है SAP ERP पे डालना है तो हाउ एम आई गोइंग टू डू दैट. ओके, ये सब चीजें आपको उस कॉलेज में ही एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिल रहा है. आई विल first say that okay, first give a chance at your college itself for SAP, and then when you go in an interview you can just crack it like that. Sorry, yeah, please go ahead with the next questions.
Hello, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Actually, sir, I have chosen marketing as a major and operations as a minor. So, which module would you like to suggest for me? Like, should I go with SD or MM?
See, you can go for SD first, okay, because it will MM module. It majorly depends on materials and if you are going for how should I put it? Okay, it's not just the operations part that comes into MM. Okay, there are more sub modules over there which comes into picture for MM. Because everything is, as I said, everything is integrated. Okay, so start off with SD. That's what I will say. MM is something which you can gradually and as on when you start doing your job or anything, you can easily grasp up MM as well. So if you talk to me today, since I worked like for various clients and it's almost like 12 plus years now, I can say I am very good at SD. I am good, better, best, right? So I'm very good at SD. I am so on FI side, and I would say like 70 to 80% MM is like I can just understand it as in okay, this is how it is. Okay, this is how I should map my business processes for MM side as well. But this I came to know after having a stretch of like 12 years of experience.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I hope Abhishek you were
Hello,
able to
sir.
get the answer. More questions, please. Fast. Please, you introduce your name or at least start your video and then ask the question. Introduce your
Yes,
name,
sir. My name is Mayuri. Hello.
your specialization,
Yeah, good.
and then ask a question.
So my specialization is major is finance and minor is marketing. So, as we are management students, so after completing SAP, what are the international job opportunities in IT industry, and how can we apply for that?
Oh, that's a very tricky question. Usually you see when you talk about international opportunities, okay. I have personally never tried it until now, okay. But as I see many of my colleagues, okay, they have joined international companies back in India itself. When I'm saying that, what I'm trying to say is that let's say there's an international company who has made a base in India itself. Okay, so what they do is they will hire you if they have got an in-house kind of thing. The way I talked about, like business analyst, right? They will hire you there and there itself, and then when you are in that company, you can then apply on their international sites as well. Okay. If you join an IT company like Infosys, Wipro, TCS, IBM, Tech Mahindra, okay, that time what happens is that based on the client location, based on the project requirement, you get deployed over there. Okay, but if you have to apply as a fresher directly, I doubt there is a market on the international side. There is a market for that as a fresher. Okay. Experience, yes, but as a fresher, I doubt there is a market. Does that
Okay,
answer your
thank you,
question?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
My name is Amit Gagre. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Amit,
yeah, please go
you are
ahead.
loud and clear, Amit. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I have a question that, sir, my specialization is major is finance and minor is operation and supply chain and logistics. So which model you can suggest me?
See, if your major is finance, I'll always say go for FICO.
Okay.
Okay. There should not be any doubt. If you have majors in finance, you should always go for FICO. Okay.
But sir, Amit Gagre came to me personally, and I must say he is the one, he is the culprit because of whom we have arranged all this session. So he has a lot of interest for operation, even though he has applied for finance as a major. But he said, I have a lot of interest in operation. He is also joining Home Logistics, one of the big operations company in Nashik, as a summer
Okay, nice.
internship trainee. And he thinks that he will handle finance part of operations company in future. So he wants to learn some module of finance also and some modules of operations also. Amit,
Okay,
I
so
am
let
right?
me put it this way, okay? Even
Yes, sir.
when you say you are going to handle finance aspect of your logistics company, okay?
Yeah, that is what he was handling.
I don't think. Okay, perfect. So I don't think you were required to go and go on the shop floor or go on the shipping area or shipping bay, and you have to do things, right? Am I right on that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But you were majorly looking into, okay, what kind of stock is going out, what kind of what was the valuation of that stock, how are you going to reduce, okay, what got reduced. You are basically doing the financial aspects of stock keeping over there, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see, that's the difference between finance and operations. Okay. When I talk about operations, finance does come in over here. Okay. It is highly integrated. But when I talk about operations, it's majorly to do with, okay, I have a requirement on let's say plant A. I am on plant B right now. How am I going to satisfy the requirement of plant A? Do I have stock in on my plant B? Okay, or do I have to procure it from some vendor? Those things will come under your supply chain management kind of thing. Okay, so nothing related to finance. It's more to do with, okay, how I'm going to satisfy that requirement over there. But the financial aspect will be the second part, wherein you will say, okay, if I am procuring it from vendor, this is going to cost me, say, 10 rupees. If I am procuring it from my own plant, it's free of cost because it's just my plant. I just have to pay for the transportation charge. So should I go for the transportation charge or should I go for vendor? So those kind of financial aspects are it's more to do with decision making kind of a thing. Okay. So finance, what they will do is they will say, okay, if that is the case, you are going to always procure it from your own plant rather than from a vendor. So that kind of bylaws and everything will be put up by finance. Okay, and this is what your this SCM guy will have to configure into system. They will say, okay, this is, instead of going through for a vendor, I have stock at my plant B. I'll send it to plant A. So if you want to do procurement kind of a thing, if you want to go into the SCM kind of a thing, then you should then focus on those aspects. Even SAP SCM is one of the modules for you then. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So he should go for FICO first, and if he wants some operation, then maybe TM.
No, not just TM. There is a specific for supply chain management, complete operations management. There is a separate module. Okay. Now, supply chain management, it comes with where suppliers. It deals with suppliers. It deals with your procurement for your own plants, satisfying the requirements of manufacturing, satisfying the requirements of sales, satisfying the requirement of uh, raw materials and all those things. Okay, that comes into your SCM, and that's where your operations comes into picture.
So what is the name of that module in SAP? which includes all this
Supply chain management.
SCM.
Supply chain management. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next question.
TM
students.
is more on the logistics side. Okay. TM is on the sales logistics side.
Okay, friends, can we have one more question from students before we wind up this session officially? Any more doubt from Swapnil, Tulsi, Vaibhav, Vishal, Rushali, Vani Vaibhav, Bandhu Shinde, Shruti Saraf, Shraddha Devkar, Shelke Kalyani, Sangvi Vaibhav, Sainath Sejwal, Rutvik Kale. You can ask in Hindi also if you have any doubt in asking the question, not to worry. You can ask in Marathi or Hindi. Jitendra is messaging in chat box. Sir, what do you think about which software would compete with SAP in future? Acha. He is asking some out of the blue
Which
question.
software
Will compete with SAP. So which
no, that's
will
perfectly
compete with
fine.
SAP in future?
You see, already 440,000 customers are using SAP. Okay, I should not say SAP; it's SAP. So now it's not a small ERP. Okay, and it's not easy to just stop saying one day that okay, I'm going to stop using SAP and I'm going to start using Oracle order management or Salesforce.com or something of that sort. Okay, so SAP is going to stay there, and from competition perspective, any new entrant that comes in, it is going to get integrated with SAP. You cannot say I'll just take out salt from my food. Okay, yeah, that salt will always be there, and that salt is SAP. But you can add like all that salt into your vegetables or even chapatis or dals and everything, right? So dal can come in, chapati can come in, but salt will be always there.
Sir, what is the future for Power
Does that
BI
answer your question?
for MBA students?
You see, analytics is
Should they learn
the
Power
future.
BI?
Okay.
Would they help in maybe some HR or operations or maybe some finance or marketing field? Power BI. Should they learn in deep?
Okay,
They had a basic idea.
Yeah. So you see, when I'm saying analytics is the future, it's more to do with okay, there is humongous data among us. Okay, but unless and until you don't make proper sense of that data, it's of no use, right?
Got it.
And Power BI and all those kind of tools, okay, they actually help you to utilize those data and make sense out of it, which makes so as I was stating, SCM, if you see through this pandemic right now, okay, for all the manufacturing companies, SCM is the major hurdle or major issue right now. Every company is trying to optimize their SCM areas. Okay, but how are they going to optimize it? They have got a data of like say years and years at their disposal, but they don't have proper tools. They don't have proper models under which they can put their data and make intelligent decisions. Okay, and learning one tool doesn't mean that okay, you cannot utilize your knowledge on other tool. It is like always 80-20 kind of a thing. Okay, if you have learned something, let's say Power BI, but then if you start using Fury Analytics, or if you start using some other analytic Lean DNA kind of analytic app, that doesn't mean that your Power BI or those things, Power Builder kind of knowledge is going to go for waste. No, you can. It will be just a 20% of difference that is going to come in, and which you will have to learn.
Clear, sir.
Okay.
So it's very good. I think we have enough doubt solving session. I think Souvik sir, are you there with us? Souvik? He might have left.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm still there.
Souvik is there. Okay.
No. I'm still there.
So, would you like to say something on IT industry to the student for 5-10 minutes before we wind up this session officially? Some golden tips for students.
So like covering, Anshul has covered very well on the SAP. So I would also, so I would like to extend that since the college and the students are basically from KOPARGAON and Shedi, I'll suggest you explore the opportunities after learning here. Explore the opportunities even in Nasik. I'm from Nasik, and I can vouch on that in Nasik there are a lot of SAP adoption happened and happening. One is VIP, Asia Brown Brewery, ABB Nasik. Then you have Maiko. Then you have Mahindra Mahindras. So don't think that I should go to Mumbai or I should go to Bangalore. Then only I'll get opportunities. You have opportunities even at Nasik. You have opportunities in Pune also. But as Anshul sir said, and Ritesh sir also added to that your college is giving you so much of facilities. In my days, the college used to just give us the lab. I did my BCS MCS from KTHM College Nasik. I did from Nasik. The lab was open for us 24/7. ठीक है, तो आप आओ कोडिंग करो और घर जाओ. बट अगर आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे, वट एवर यू लर्न, अगर आप चाहते हो कि मैं मुंबई जाके सीखूंगा या सीखूंगी और उससे मुझे अच्छा कुछ मिलेगा, ऐसा नहीं होता. आपके कॉलेज जो दे रहा है आप उसी को सीखो और वहां पे प्रैक्टिस कीजिए. आप लोग जितना आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे उतना आप परफेक्ट बनोगे, एंड दैट इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू टू गेट इनटू द आईटी इंडस्ट्री. So without practice of programming and understanding the concepts, it is difficult. That's what I would like to say. So it doesn't matter कि आप there is no need to spend extra money going to Pune city and Nasik or wherever. Your college is giving you everything, so utilize that. So that's the only thing I'll say, and I think students are bright and smart nowadays.
Sure, sir.
They will know what to do. Yeah.
So sir, Souvik sir and Anshul sir, once again हात जोडके मी तुमच्या मनापासून अभिनंदन for this excellent FDP, or you can say excellent workshop for our students on SAP and IT career opportunities. Now I would request our bright student Mr. Abhishek Sahane to offer a vote of thanks to our esteemed guests for today's session, Mr. ANSHUL MANDLOI and Souvik Jana sir. So Abhishek, please share your word of thanks with us.
Yes, sir.
Puja Kote.
So, am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear.
So, happy evening to one and all present over here. I, Mr. Abhishek Sahane, take this privilege to propose vote of thanks. First and foremost, I show my deep sense of gratitude towards our beloved HOD, Dr. V.R. Malkar sir and Dr. Ritesh Patel sir for arranging this resourceful session. On the behalf of Department of MBA, I am thankful to Mr. Anshul sir and Mr. Souvik sir for sparing their valuable time with us. So I am also thankful to my friends for listening the sessions. Thanks to one and all. Thank you, sir.